In this scenario, we're going to look at an example of what disability disclosure and self-advocacy could look like in an interview. This scenario will show an interviewee named George, played by Richard Rueda, and an interviewer named Samantha, played by Katrina Dubree. Hi, George. I'm Samantha. Thank you so much for coming to this interview today. I'd like to tell you more about the hotel reservation customer service representative position, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So, as you know from the application, the duties of this position include you providing the best customer service to our callers that call in. And then the representative is responsible for taking reservations and putting it into our reservation system, our online reservation system. Now, as you know from the format of this interview, this position is remote, it is virtual, so you will be working from your home office. So we want to ensure that you have good access to internet and also a quiet environment. We want to make sure that we're providing the best customer service and full attention is on the customer. And so I'd like to start the interview by asking what made you interested in this position and why do you feel that you're a good fit?
Well, thank you, Samantha, for the interview. I am honored. I want to first start by saying I do identify as blind, which means I have no vision. It hasn't been an impediment to my employment past, and I believe bringing the customer service skills that I have from prior jobs, including working for my family bakery, where I took reservations over the internet and over the telephone, providing excellent customer service. I want to work in this fast-paced environment, providing excellent customer service to those booking reservations through our system, using screen reader technology, which is a talking software installed on my computer, as well as a braille display, which will allow me to interact and provide multitasking to those customers we're working with using a headset and all these other elements, and they will not hear any of those noises. I do have a very quiet room in my home, and it's free from distractions and noise from the rest of my living arrangements.
Okay, I really appreciate you sharing that with me. As you know from our application, we are an equal opportunity employer. Now, you mentioned a couple of things I've actually never heard about, and I'd like to learn more about how you would use this technology to complete the required functions of this job. So I think you mentioned a screen reader and something related to Braille. Would you mind explaining to me how you would use these devices to complete the required tasks of talking to customers and taking reservations?
Absolutely. So the screen reader is software installed on my computer, whereas the Braille is a display. It's a portable piece of technology that could either Bluetooth wirelessly connect to my computer or plug into my computer, and it would identify to me what's on the reservation system in the Braille in front of me. So my fingers would touch raised dots and they would be moving, and it would allow me to read the prompts to take the reservations in an orderly fashion, in a quick fashion, asking the questions necessary to make those reservations for those customers. So this technology is quiet and Braille does not speak, whereas the screen reader does speak. It's in my ears, in my headset, and the screen reader is in my left ear, for example, and then you would be talking if I was taking your reservation in my right ear, and you would not have an altered customer experience. It would be just as well as anyone else not using this technology. And in some cases, I feel I can take more reservations because I'm using my fingers to type and listen to read Braille, as well as to hear what you're saying and multitasking.
Wow, that's actually impressive. That is a good example of multitasking. I can't imagine having audio in one ear and audio in another ear, but this is something you feel you're experienced with and you can be proficient with?
Yes, I have over 5 years of experience from, again, working with my family bakery and being the point of contact for the incoming online reservations and the telephone reservation system.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. If you're all right, why don't we dive into the rest of the questions?
That would be great.
Fantastic.